Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
If you wish to change the way that the information in the contacts folder is viewed, you can. Do this by selecting View from the menu bar, rolling to Current View, and then you'll see a display listing of the many views provided in Outlook. You can click on whichever one you feel is most beneficial to your accessing contact information. So for example, if I wanted to see all my contacts grouped by company, I could click by company. Note that instead of showing them by cards, this is a table, and it is grouping them in these little gray groupings by their company. And notice it gives us a button that allows us to collapse and expand the different groups. Now you can create your own customized view of the contacts folder. To do this, you would have to open up the contacts folder and then select View from the menu bar, roll down to Current View, and slide over and down to Define Views. This will open up the Define Views for Contacts dialog box. Here you can select any view that you want. You could simply apply it by clicking the Apply View button at the bottom of the dialog box. You could modify it by clicking the Modify button over at the right. Or if you wanted to create your own, you could click the New button, which launches the Create a New View dialog box. Here you'd have to name your new view by typing it in the Name of New View text box. And then you have to select what type of view this will be. Is it a table, like the view we just looked at in the contacts folder? Is it based on a timeline of entry? Is it an address card view, a day, week, month view, or an icon view? So in this case, let's say I was trying to create a new address card view. I could click on that. Also, can this folder view be used on this folder and be visible to everyone? Or choose the option for this folder visible only to me, if only you want to see it. Or should it be available to all contact folders? Just select the option button you'd like, and then click OK. That then brings up the View Summary dialog box. This is the same dialog box that we use to customize every view of every folder in Outlook. Some of the buttons might be grayed out depending on what kind of view you were trying to create. So for instance, in our address cards view, the Group By button is grayed out since you can't group an address cards view. Any button that you can click on will be active in black. So the first button we have here is Fields. If I give that a click, I'm allowed to add fields to the potential fields that I could see in an address card. So for instance, if I wanted to add in categories, I could click on that in the available fields list over on the left and click the Add button to move it to the Show These Fields in This Order list box over on the right. If it's also not in the position I wanted as far as the fields in the order, I can click on it and hit Move Up to move it up through the list, or move down until it's in the position that you want. Then I would just click OK. The Group By button allows us to create different groups, much like the company group that we saw in the table view. The Sort button allows me to sort the view. So let's say I wanted to sort by how they were filed. Where it says Sort Items By, I can use the drop down and pick any one of the different available fields. Anytime you select a field to sort by, and you could sort by up to 4, you have to choose whether it's ascending or descending. So A to Z sort, 1 to 10 sort for ascending, Z to A, 10 to 1 for descending. Select the one you want, click OK to set the sort. The Filter button, when you click on that, launches the Filter dialog box, where we can select one of the 4 tabs at the top and then give it a criteria with which it can restrict which records it's going to show. So let's say, for instance, that I wanted to create a filter that filtered for the people from United Church in my contacts list. Where it says Contacts, I can click that tab to make sure that's the one that's come up front. And where it says Search for the words, I could type in the name of the company. In which field would I like to look? Well, I can use the drop down. That would be the company field. You can also set any additional parameters you'd like. And then when you're done setting what you want to filter for, click OK. The other settings usually allows you to change things that are format related. So if I click Other Settings, it allows me to change the card heading in this case, and I could click the Font button to bring up the Font dialog box and choose the font that I'd like to use. So say I want Arial, I could just select it from the list or type it in the box. I'll leave it bold and make it 12 point. Now let's say bold italic. And then I would click OK. Also the card body, how would I like that to look? I could click Font, once again set up whatever font I'd like to use, and then just click OK. Also with this particular view I can set the card width in characters and give it a multi-line field height. Then I would click OK to set my formatting. The automatic formatting button, if we click on that, brings up any rules that we format our contact cards by. So, for instance here, if it was an unread contact, it would show an 8-point Tahoma. We'll look more at rules and formatting a little bit later on. For now, just add any rules and format them as you want, and then click OK when you're done. That'll return you to the View Summary dialog box where you can click OK, which then returns you to the Defined Views dialog box. Here, to apply my custom view, I click on it and click the Apply View button down at the bottom of the dialog box to apply it. Well, that is a big font that I used for the address card. So say I wanted to change that now. Just simply go back to View, down to Current View, and slide over and down to Define Views. Give that a click. To make a modification to a view, I would click on its name and click Modify to the right. In this case, I want to change one of the other settings, the card heading. So I could click Font. Once again, just change it to a different size. Click OK when I'm done here. Click OK until I get back to the Define Views dialog box, and here I could try the Apply View button at the bottom again to apply it. There we go, that's better. Now if you didn't need a view anymore, you can delete your own views. So if we go back to View and Current View, roll down to Define Views and give that a click, I could select the custom view and click Delete to the right if I don't want it. Note that you cannot delete any of the views that come pre-installed with the Outlook program. However, if you change it and then don't want the changes but can't remember what it is that you changed to set it back by hand, you can select any of the preset views and click Reset to reset it back to its default settings. And I would just click OK. Whenever you're done, just click Apply View or Close to return back to the Contacts folder.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.